back to another episode of the That's Rank podcast, the podcast where we rank your ideas on the fly. My name is Liam. Oh, one of you.
I am Roberto.
And I'm Ben.
Every time. It's always seamless, as always. Yes, the podcast we rank your ideas on the fly, available on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, on the YouTubes. Please go and check us out. Archives. This is episode 102. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for joining us, Ben, as you take a lovely big old swig. I'll ask you a question. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's good. That's glorious.
Beautiful day. I've got orange juice. The neighbours put on, their sex music, Seal. They're getting it on, so love is in the air around here.
Yeah.
It's considerate of them, though.
It is considerate, that's true.
Let's just consider it, because they're like, we're going to be getting the fuck on, so we'll put on some Seal, or we'll just put on the music, which I think is very considerate.
What would be amazing is if it starts with Seal, but what they've actually put on for their sexcapades is the entire Batman Forever soundtrack. And it just and when Seal starts, and then it just transitions to like some kind of symphony, some kind of cheesy film score about Batman Forever.
The Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins, that's right.
Pumpkins. U2's Hold Me, Kill Me, Kiss Me, Thrill Me.
Perfect. All fantastic. Maybe tonight we'll spin up the best songs to make love to. Who knows? No one's given us that idea yet. But if people did want to give us ideas for the wheel, Rob, where can they get in touch with us? Where can they get in touch?
They can get it thatsrankpod at Insta, at Gmail, at YouTube's, at Facebook. And just a side note, Batman Forever soundtrack, the first CD I ever bought.
Really?
The first one ever?
Yeah, the first CD ever was the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Wow.
You guys give us ideas. We'll chuck it on this wheel right here. And
I was going to say, some people have a really cool story. They have like a really good first album, and mine's the Batman Forever soundtrack. It's like a secret shame of mine. But anyway.
Why is that the one with Val Kilmer? Or George Clooney?
Yes.
Which one's Batman Forever?
That's the Val Kilmer.
And Nicole
Kidman. Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. Jim Carrey is the Riddler.
Ooh, Nicole Kidman as Poison Ivy?
No, she played Vicky. No, Vicky. Uma Thurman played Poison
Uma
Ivy.
Thurman. That's right. That's right. No, I think my first album was like Natalie Imbruglia Torn, man. So I mean, it's all G. It's all G around here.
That's good. Hey, that's good.
It's better. Bit
of Imbruglia. I think so.
Nothing wrong.
That's got
Imbruglia.
That's got street cred.
It stood the test of time. That is for sure.
Oh, album? I mean, I remember the first singles that I got. I got like Candy Girl by Bobby Brown. Jesus Christ, showing my age. Candy Girl, you're all my world. I gave as a teenager singing, I'm sure of it. It was like the first thing I ever had. I'm like, maybe a cassette or CD, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, cassettes.
Yeah, cassettes.
Yeah. Cassettes. I mean, I don't even think about cassettes when I think of my first album. For some reason, I just go straight to CDs. I'm sure I had cassettes. Peter Coombe. I had Peter Coombe when I was a kid. Had that one.
I just remember the Prodigy Experience was on cassette, was one of my first albums, I think.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Now, gentlemen.
Frente.
A classic.
Oh, no. I just broke everything over here. My oopsie daisy. So like we were talking about before, I quickly mentioned this bad boy here. This is the wheel. And what we're going to do is we're going to spin this thing, and we're going to get ourselves a topic to rank tonight on the fly. We have no preparation. We have no idea what's coming at us. You guys have given these ideas to us. So shall we, without any further adieu,
Please.
What do people say? Let's spin the wheel, shall we? I'm standing up tonight, so I'm going to have to hold it and spin.
Oh, I see.
It's a damn good wheel.
For whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. Number 10. Number 10. Let me get
You're very good at that, Liam. You're very good at that.
I've been playing lots of Elden Ring recently, so it's all like...
Oh, that's what it is. I was going to say, your Doomsday announced before.
Yes, I have. In the old English voice, always. Number 10.
Yes.
Number 10. Now, as you guys know, I've recently moved in with my brother into this lovely house, and he gave us an idea a couple of weeks ago, and I chucked it on the wheel because I thought it was a very good one. And thankfully, I think you guys will enjoy it too. Number 10 on the wheel. Who is the best, worst actor? Who is the best, worst actor?
I was thinking about this person today.
Oh, wow. So you got one off the bat. Wowee. And we should explain before we get too far into it. Each of us gets our 5 minutes to give everyone else why they think that they should win the rank and why they should be number one. At the end, we'll all vote for our winner. 3, 2, and 1. We'll get it done. That's at the end. But the best, worst actor. You guys are both movie buffs. You guys know your stuff. Ben's already got one.
One of us actually is an actor.
That's right.
Oh, it's me. Oh, yeah.
That's you, yeah.
So are they?
You can't say yourself. You can't say yourself, Ben.
Do you know, a girl said to me the other day, she's like, would I have seen you in anything? I was like, maybe. Have you seen any of these films? And she went, no, not that. Probably not then. No.
Wait. So she was asking
Stingers back in like the early 2000s?
You had to quantify your acting ability by something that she would have seen you in. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, that goes on all the time. People like kind of. Oh, really? I had a guy. Yeah, I was getting my hair cut one time, and I told a guy that I worked in comedy and that I'd been a stand-up for been involved in stand-up for like 10 years, and he looked at me suspiciously and went, "Tell me a joke." And I went, "Mate," I said, "I can tell you a joke if you want." I said, "It's not mine." I said, "If you want to hear my jokes, you've got to pay." And he goes, he was giving me this haircut, but he was so suspicious, and he goes, "You can't just tell me one joke." And I was like, "Well," and I told him a joke, and this is the joke, right? It's not mine. It's an old one. It's fairly PG, but it's like, I went to the doctors this morning. I went to the doctors, and he told me I've got to stop masturbating. I said, "Why?" "I love it." He said, "I'm trying to examine you." That's the joke. and he didn't get it. And so it just even fueled his suspicions even further. Like, "Oh, you're a comedian, are you, mate? Sure, I cut hair." And I was like, But people always do that. They always try and get you to quantify it or qualify it and kind of go, "Oh, yeah. If you were, I'd know it." And it's like, if you're really good, I'd know about it. So,
exactly
okay.
right. Well,
what's your impression, Ben, of comedians? When a group of comedians get together, is it the dullest conversation in the world? Like, is everyone really quite melancholic and withdrawn, or is everyone trying to outdo each other? Like when
that's. I mean, and I should preface this with like I haven't been doing stand up for a little while now, so I haven't been around the scene in a while. But it really depends on the comedians. Like some are chilled, laid back. It just depends on the individual. But there is always, I think, an element of competition and trying to out funny. It's just that if people, I mean, like Andrea's really funny. If they're confident and comfortable in their Andrea Gibbs, if they're really confident and comfortable in what they do and that they are funny, they don't feel the need to prove themselves as much. Whereas people that have a lot to prove are the loudest in the room and constantly trying to. I guess out-fan you by, have you seen this special? Have you seen this special? And so there's lots of comedy fans, and I think if you're just a bit more reassured, you just have fun and whatever. But yeah, that does happen. It's the worst when you go into a room and people are just screaming to out-funny each other.
Nothing's more funnier than people screaming over the top of each other. Trying to have fun.
I'm funnier. Yeah.
No, I'm funnier. You don't know any jokes. My jokes are better.
Yeah. Or just having rows over jokes. It's like, oh God, really?
I wonder if other professions do that as well. Like a group of plumbers are being like, I piped this four-story brownstone mansion the other day using nothing but K-valves and
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I did roast Porty's place over in Alfred Cove, so it's pretty big actually.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case.
You wouldn't believe it. Small woman, massive shits.
That's right. Who had to go in? This guy.
Yeah.
I'm the best.
Tell us about that 4-story house again. Yeah. Cute. Very cute.
Yeah. I'm at the forefront, cutting edge of plumbing.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't let anybody tell you
Nickname's
different.
now
I think
Rose
plasterers are like that,
Porter.
though.
Yeah.
There's like a fair few tradies that are like that, you know? Like,
I can imagine actually. You're on a
I'm the
trade site.
best.
You could,
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it only
You've
in
gone
like
around every
really
work site, have you?
male-dominated professions? You reckon male-dominated professions, just big old dick swinging contests all the time? Like,
Yeah.
I don't foresee anything like the female comedians doing a similar thing to that, trying to be loudest in a room of comedy. I could be wrong. I've never been in those circles.
There's generally less of them because it is male dominated, but go on.
I work in a very female-dominated world, and yeah, I can honestly say I haven't ever really heard comparative competition kind of conversations in my line of work. Really, to be honest,
I would worry if there was comparative competition style conversations in your work. If I'm to be honest, not to say what you do, but if there was anything like competitive about that, you'd be like, well, probably not the place, nor time for that.
probably not the place. Yeah.
You want to give people context?
Well, I'll leave it to Rob. I'll leave it to Rob.
Well, sure. I mean, I'm a social worker, so I deal with complicated things. Life's complicated things, and let's just say, in one case, in one avenue, child protection. So you're not really a place for comparative conversation. Hey, you wouldn't believe what I saw the other day.
How many children did you protect today? 5.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Saved them. Yeah, totally saved them. Yeah.
You go call
that's
child
exactly
protection. That's me. Yeah.
that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Child protection work's always really just clear cut and really good stories at the end of it. Yeah. It's amazing.
Cutthroat industry.
It's cutthroat industry. Exactly. We're always trying to lure the big names. When's
your awards night? Do you know in like the advertising industry they have like, I'm sure of this, they have like 4 different award nights.
Oh yeah.
How crazy is that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
my dad's part of the advertising biz, and he's
yeah,
there's always
of
something going
course.
on. Always something.
Yeah.
It's because you got to keep the buzz up, because you got to sell stuff, right? You got to make sure things are selling. If things aren't selling, and no one's happy, there's no awards night if nothing's selling. So the more awards night you have, the higher the morale. Everyone's going bananas for it. Sell more. That's how it works. But Rob, you and I can make this list. We're about to star in a movie in a couple of days, aren't we? We can't say what it is, but we're about to do a bit of a.
We are, aren't we? Next week.
You asked Paul Comodino if my bit's still in there.
Okay, we'll ask.
So Ben Sutton said, like, do you still want him to do this little monologue or what?
We'll ask him.
No, don't worry about it.
No.
This could be a That's Rank Presents film, I think. Like, there's enough. If we're all in it, we should have some sway.
We should have some sway.
Yeah.
But we could be on this list of best worst actors now. Ben, you had a very, very, very strong reaction when I listed the topic off a couple of minutes ago about someone that you've been thinking of, and you're already in your head. So we can just jump right into it. I'll get my little clock ready.
Croc? Your crockery.
I'll have to do my English voice again. I'll get my clock ready.
I've baked a casserole. Let me get my crockery ready.
I'll be back in 25 minutes. You guys entertain yourselves. All right, good time.
That would be prime for best worst acting is ye old English.
Well,
Sure,
I mean, if it's
really,
right. But some of the ones that are like that, it's just like the stereotypical English person. Hello, governor. Can I buy yourself a bit of supper? See, Ben loves it. Ben, 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Where am I?
10 being the best?
10 being the worst and the
best. Your accent.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I don't think numbers come into it for me. It's
thanks, man. Oh. Bless you, Mel.
Just so impressed every
that's
time.
very
I'm
nice.
like, wow, did you live there?
Yeah. I did. I lived in the back
I
alleys
want to ask
behind
you
the
directions.
castle.
I'm like, he's obviously from there. Hello, go round the corner, don't you? Whee, Dory Kakabushi.
All right. So would you like to start us off then, Ben? If you
Sure,
have
why
like
not?
your person. All right. Your 5
Yes.
minutes begins now.
Okay, so this actor, I was thinking about him today because he's coming out in a new film. I've forgotten the title of it, but it's the one where he keeps appearing in people's dreams, and it looks really interesting. And
supposed to be great.
Yeah, it looks great, and this is why I chose this actor, because he pops up in films that are just fantastic, you know, and he shows what a great actor he is. But then he'll go and he'll do something like was it called Adaptation?
Yep.
You know, and then he'll go and do something like The Wicker Man. So Nicolas Cage is my candidate because in The Wicker Man, you know, there are those compilations of him overacting, like the bees, kind of in a cage with him. Yeah, that's it. And he's just, you know, turning it to 11. And and then things like Ghost Rider, you know, he's in
Ghost Rider, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's in some really great films where he shows his acting talent and his range.
Yeah.
And then he's just in something where I feel like he's either completely wrong for it or I don't know. He just turns it up to 11 and gives it everything. You know, is that so? He for me is the best worst actor. You know, he's capable of just.
So what makes him the worst?
Why the worst? Oh, because he can be the worst. He can be the best and the worst. Like he could be just capable
I see what you mean.
That's what I mean. He's the best worst actor. Like when he's on fire, he's great. When he's covered in bees, he's atrocious.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, when you're making Renfield, a comedy about Dracula,
he's so good
to play
in
Dracula, you know?
Yeah,
Nicolas Cage, because
I haven't seen that
he
one.
overacts, he hams it up.
That's it.
Yeah.
And also listening to him in interviews, there was obviously some meme, and his reaction was, I was, you know, infuriated. But then it sort of takes on a life of its own, and I was kind of delighted. I'm paraphrasing, but his reaction to it was just quite, you know, it's like the internet. It's like fighting the ocean. So at one point, and especially if you're from another era and you've come into this, you know, new kind of digital era, and people being able to put stuff out like they never used to in response to what you're doing, just his ability to kind of end up rolling with it. You know, I was like, this guy is just... I don't know. I love him, but then I also have to laugh at some of his work.
Keep going, Ben. I think Rob's going to sort out some dogs.
I've got some dogs in the background. I'm just going to shut a door.
All right. Okay. But then like classic things like, was it Raising Arizona? That was a good one with Laura Dern back in the day. Like he's just... Face Off.
Take my face off.
Face Off. Con Air. You know, even see that's why he should be the best worst actor, because even when he's sometimes really good, it's, you know, even when it's bad, he's great. You know what I mean? In that Con Air bit where he has a fight and he's like, "Oh, I nearly became the man I used to be," or whatever the line is. You know, she's like, "Oh, you nearly became that man again."
Back in the box.
Yes. And he's iconic. He's just got iconic roles, iconic lines. You know, and he's still kind of an A-lister. Or maybe a B-lister. Yes. But I feel like he's one of those people that can kind of feel like a B-lister, but then is catapulted back into the A-list with, you know.
He's part of this new group called the A24 lister, and all they do is just A24 movies. That's it. Yeah.
What's A24?
That was good. That was a good deep cut film joke, Liam. I'm impressed by that.
You're welcome.
I know.
It's okay.
What is A24?
A24. It's like a friend company that's You go, Rob. You've definitely got the more knowledge than I do.
No, you go, Liam. You go. You've got this. This is your moment.
A24. I'm not too sure if it's like an indie film production company, but they've been doing a lot of movies with these actors who are kind of from the past a little bit, but kind of still relevant, and making these really cool little like indie films. Like I'm pretty sure they're lowish budget, but they've just come out and made really good films. See, this is why, Rob, you should have done it, man. I don't know what I'm talking about.
They make fancy films. They did everything everywhere all at once. For example,
Gotcha.
the A24 film. But if you were to look back at like all the big kind of more indie films of say the past, I don't know, 5 years, they're probably all A24. Like they do a lot of stuff. Like, I can't remember them off the top of my head, but. Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once is a good example. What I love about Nicolas Cage is that I went to go and close the door and close the window, and all I saw was Liam putting his hand to his face, and I knew the line of dialogue Liam was saying because Nicolas Cage is so iconic, and
timeless.
that timeless, that performance, because he just doesn't hold back. Like, he's a very brave actor, and he just gives it, and he just goes for it.
Yeah,
no,
I think that's why. And when it lands, I must say, it really lands.
Excuse me. Your 5 minutes is up. Now,
okay.
we could wax lyrical about Nicolas Cage all day, but I don't want to give you any more ammunition to win this rank, Ben. Where's the sense of competition gone? It's still here. It's still here.
All right, let's see what you got. Raise my Nicolas Cage, why don't you?
Okay.
Imagine someone do that. I'll see your Nicolas Cage and I'll raise you.
Well, Rob, would you like to raise?
Is this going to get?
I do have somebody I could go. Have you got somebody?
I won't lie, as I just reset the timer. I have like 3 or 4 in my mind, but I'm not too sure which way I'm going to go yet. But I think because I have many, I'm happy to yield my time to you, sir, if you'd like.
To yield?
Not yield. I will still have my time. No, I will still have my time.
You still have your time.
I will still have my time. It's not until you've had done yours.
Okay.
I don't want semantic this rank. It's very serious.
Look, I could go. I've definitely got one. I'm trying to decide. Last minute, I'm trying to decide if it's the right way for me to go. You know.
Yeah.
But set the timer, and I'm just gonna go for it.
All right, your time starts now.
I am thinking out loud here a little bit because I was a child of 90s action, and I'm kind of drawn to pick some probably now fallen and disgraced 90s action star, but I'm not going to. Instead, well, I actually kind of am, because I'm going to go someone who I think is really not a good actor, but is Liam's looking very stressed right now. Is he worried I'm going to steal it off him? Maybe.
No, I'm not worried.
So. I'm going to go someone who's had an enormous amount of success, is well established in the in the zeitgeist, in the lexicon, as a famous actor and an all-round great person, and has had huge amounts of commercial success, but frankly is a really one-dimensional kind of bad wooden actor, and that person is Keanu Reeves.
Good shout. Good shout.
I don't think Keanu Reeves. I don't think Keanu Reeves is a good actor. I think I agree. He kind of just always plays the one note, and he's just got this amazingly good looks and this kind of perfectly toned voice. But he's always generally kind of just struggling through a movie, but yet somehow very endearing. He's kind of like kind of smartish, like Californian dude, you know, who's able to kind of like, you know, throw himself up against every scenario, you know, is pretty one dimensional. And every now and then he tries to act in, like, there was a film called like The Devil's Advocate, and he's up against Al Pacino. He's playing the devil. And like, it is so, it's I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but he's asked to present his chops. And let's just say Al Pacino eats those chops for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because Keanu is just a terrible actor. And this is why John Wick is just the perfect franchise for him, because he doesn't 100%. Really need to act at all. He doesn't need to speak. He just looks stoically, and he
just
speaks
decimate
like
people.
Some kind of tough guy, and then he decimates
Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Snap.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
And so that's why he's a what's the exact phrase of the category, Liam? Best worst actor.
The best worst actors. Yep.
So not only is he still somehow charismatic and engaging, even when he's acting poorly, he still somehow manages to carry the weight of enormous franchises with very little acting skill, based mostly on his looks. And on top of all that, as everyone knows, has become ingrained into the culture, Keanu Reeves is apparently the world's greatest human being also. So, he gives away a lot of his money. He basically he doesn't have multiple houses all over the world.
Gets up off his seats on a subway.
Exactly right. He makes fun of himself. Like he makes fun of himself. Like he was in a movie acting as himself. And what was that film? It was an Ali Wong film when her and her childhood sweetheart, they kind of try to hook up again, and he plays. So it's this kind of nerdish guy that wants to impress this girl he's always crushed on. And he's just like, I'm going to tell her how much I like her. And he goes to dinner with her. And then she's like, oh, my new boyfriend's here. And Keanu Reeves walks around the door in slow motion to Sail by AWOL Nation. And it's just like hilarious. It's hilarious. He makes fun of himself. So what more can you want? What more can you want? He's aware he's a bad actor.
Yeah. And it's his little cameo in the SpongeBob movie. The SpongeBob movie is hilarious. When he appears in like the, what is it, the clamshell or something, just as a glowing head. He comes out of the, I don't know.
He seems like a really good sport,
Yeah, 100%.
And he I have to agree though, because I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077. Is that what it is at the moment? He's in the game, like he's got a major part in the game. But it shows you when, like, it's a different beast doing voiceovers, and you can really kind of feel how flat a lot of his stuff is. It doesn't have much life to it. It's Keanu. It's,
just
exactly.
Keanu.
It is this Keanu, even though it's not good. He just he's just still define it for his own.
Isn't it? It's like, it's Keanu. It's Keanu.
He's all right, isn't he? He's all right.
He's running around popping people in there. He's a one-man army just destroying people to get back his dog. But it's Keanu. Oh, bless him.
Keanu.
You have 10 seconds left. Anything more to say about Keanu?
He's such a good bad actor that even when he's literally killing more people on screen than anyone in the history of cinema, we all still love him. That's a perfect. We're like, he's such a nice guy. He's just killed 420 people in that film. What a lovely guy.
If they ever do another Genghis Khan one, and they don't put, they put John Wayne in it, I'm sure he was in it. But like putting Keanu as Genghis Khan, because people would still relate to him. He's a mass murderer. But it's like, that's Keanu.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, that was a good answer.
Has he ever played a villain?
Yeah. What was he in Constantine?
Not that I can think of.
He was John Constantine.
He's a hero.
He was the
hero guy, Constantine.
The guy who's in touch with.
Good guy, Constantine.
Yeah. In Point Break, he plays a snitch. So and a surfer. So two of the worst S words. Practically a villain.
It's funny though, isn't it? Like Patrick Swayze is the villain, and he's still charming. He's just
exactly.
It's just great.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I'm the bad guy. It's like, oh, Patrick.
Let me go surfing.
Yeah.
I'm in a bind, gentlemen. I'm in a bind.
Oh
yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm going to do. Do I take something that's completely left field just to mix it up a little bit? I've been trying to think of a female that would fit this category, and I just cannot think of one that kind of fits the mold. And it's okay if you can think of one. I won't choose them, but if you can think of one.
No, I think that speaks a bit more to Hollywood and
I can think of one. I don't know her name, but
Meryl Streep.
Amy Schumer.
No,
Meryl Streep.
No. She was. Did you ever see the second part of? It was like the follow up to 300. She's a British actress.
The 600.
Whatever she does, she kind of talks like this. I don't know. She just her whole delivery just says
jarring.
Yeah, it's just there's no breath support. There's no. It's like, what are you doing?
Could you put Angelina Jolie in that list?
Yes. She's had some good performances, right? Like really.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like they've all kind of got good performances.
Sure.
Like
Yeah. Look, I think there's a harsh reality that it's a patriarchal world, Hollywood, and most of the roles have been written by men. And for a long history of Hollywood, women were cast as kind of eye candies or what are they, Mary Sue's, or like the romantic lead, and not given quite the space to
be bad,
to thrive, and to just be a bad actor, and just to put on do hammy performances. Like it's all part of that history. I think there's more.
Ruby Rose is a good
Ruby
one.
Rose. Yeah. She was in John Wick too, and they took away her lines. They were like, "Don't let this one speak." Like, I was so happy when she didn't speak in that film. I was like, "Ooh, she cannot act."
Bless her. There you go. We've got one.
Get back on the decks.
We've got one.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's just bad act. She's just bad though.
Yeah,
that's true.
Exactly.
That's true. All right. Okay, gents, I'm gonna jump into mine. I'm gonna take a little bit of a left turn. I'm gonna try something. I don't think it's gonna work because the two answers that have come out so far are very good. Very good.
I've got an answer, by the way. I've got an answer to your question, but I'll save it to later.
No, go on. Buy me some time.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, what?
She's a good bad actor.
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen her in anything. Was she in anything with Reese Witherspoon, Morning Show, or whatever that was?
Yeah, she was. The Morning Show. Yeah,
she good in that?
Which I've just watched. She's kind of she's like
Keanu.
She has moments, but she's kind of good bad. I don't know.
All right, let's not talk about Jennifer Aniston. It's fine. It's fine. I should do mine. We'll save these for the honorables, because otherwise I will never get mine out before I will sit here going, fuck. Okay, I'm gonna start. My time has started. Okay, so my initial thought, I was gonna go in the kind of Adam Sandler direction, because Adam Sandler is one of those actors that, despite himself, will keep making movies, has kind of a similar kind of vibe to his movies, but then every now and then will kind of come out with a Punch Drunk Love or an uncut gems, something like that. But no, I'm not going to do that. That seems like low-hanging fruit. I'm going to take a trip to the Far East. I'm going to head over to Hong Kong. I'm going to head over to martial arts movies. Now, martial arts movies are cool and are amazing because of all the stunts and the performances. And I think the person that I'm thinking about as being a really good bad actor is just one of the best, if not the best stuntmen in all of cinema. And that is one, Jackie Chan. Now, Jackie Chan is really, really like, obviously I can't get the context out of the subtitled movies that I've watched of his from his old days, like Police Story 2, Drunken Master, all that kind of stuff. But when he's transferred that over to the American or the English style movies, it's not good, is it though? It's not good, is it? Like, Rush Hour, for example, is a fantastic movie. Rush Hour is great. It's one of my favorites. But it's not, you're not watching that for Jackie Chan outside of his action, right? You're just not.
Sure.
You're just not. I mean, Chris Tucker is funny. Jackie Chan is the muscle. You know what I mean? That's the beautiful dynamic between those two actors. What was that one? What was that one where he was just like, he stands at the top of the mountain at the end, and he's just like, I am something. Oh, flipping hell! All I can remember is the end of this movie. It's shot in Sydney. Go on.
Oh. Yeah.
It's like I am something. I can't remember the name of it.
It's not a science fiction one, is it?
I don't think so. No, he's done a few of those like around the world in 80 days kind of get ups. That one with Owen Wilson.
Oh yeah, Shanghai Noon.
Fun, but he's not. You don't watch it for his acting, but you'll go and watch it. You know what I mean? You'll go and watch it. Like he'll try and kind of get through his stuff, and he's just kind of fun. But you watch him for his kung fu, which is amazing. His stunts, amazing. You stay until the end so you can watch his blooper reel. Rumble in the Bronx is actually pretty good, actually, to be fair. But that's kind of what you're there for. You're not there to see his acting, but he is, quote unquote, an actor. Ben's leaving. He's where'd you go?
I'm outraged. Dave, it's not his first language.
I'm aware. I'm completely aware that he's not his first language. I know that. But there are other actors where English isn't their first language. Ken Watanabe, English is not his first language, and he is a phenomenal actor. So you can take that argument away right there, sir. Many European actors, not English, not their first language, still good actors. Jackie Chan, obviously English not his first language, and he was brought over for the pure purpose of being a kung fu man, and it's amazing, and I love him, and I think he's fantastic, and I'll go watch his movies when they come out. But that's probably where it ends with me with Jackie Chan. Is that I love his action. And that's what I love about him. I don't watch him for his acting.
To be fair, though,
he's amazing.
What about his slapstick and his comic performance? Like, he might not be a good dramatic actor, but his comic performance, I think, is.
I've gone back and I've watched like Half a Life of Kung Fu, which he made like back in the 70s, right? And those are fun. Those are fun. But if you kind of like, you know, bring it all together, like you can say this with Keanu Reeves, you can say with Adam Sandler, they've all got a few good movies. Sure, they do. And I do like his, with Sammo Hung, like his early slapstick stuff is fantastic. It is. But I think if you were, for the sake of this argument, as my, I've got a minute left, but that doesn't really matter. I think for the sake of this argument, just to mix it up a little bit and do something a little bit different, I'm going to say the best worst actor is Jackie Chan, and I will yield the end of my time. Now, Rob, I'm curious. Most of my little thing there, you were staring off screen. What were you looking at?
I was trying to find the Jackie Chan movie shot in Sydney. I was trying to find the movie that you were trying to, where he was at the top of the mountain, but I can't really find it. Yeah, I haven't seen it. So that's all. I was looking at his filmography.
I don't think many people saw it, to be honest. I'm going to have a quick Google on the screen and see if I can find out. Any honourable mentions, gentlemen?
Yes, in the martial arts world, and I thought of this after, and I was like, oh, Steven Seagal.
Absolutely.
I had also thought of Steven Seagal. I actually almost went Steven Seagal, and then I had to realize he's just a terrible person. And I was like, you know what? He's a horrible human being, and I don't want to put him.
Who am I?
As my person.
Who am I? Is in that movie? Who am I? And he stands on top of the mountain. He goes,
I thought you were about to do a whole. Who am I?
Having an excellent for
two heads. Who is this?
I was a ballet dancer from Belgium who shot to fame in the Kickboxer series.
Well, Jackie Chan was a ballet dancer. Did you know that? Not ballet. He was part of the Chinese ballet, yeah. And then he went to stunt acting, threw himself off balconies to impress people. It was great. Sorry, just a little side note there.
Well, but who am I? I was a Belgian ballet dancer.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude, there we go. That really wasn't that hard, was it? You know who's good, bad? Honorable mention?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's just good.
Yeah.
He's a little bit good. Chuck Norris.
He's so bad, he's good though. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris, yeah.
Yeah, Chuck Norris.
There was an episode of
Gary Busey.
Oh, Gary Busey. But Gary Busey was great in Point Break.
Yeah, actually he was.
But then he just went off the rails. He was just mental after that.
Sharon Stone.
Silence from the room. I don't even think I know enough about Sharon Stone.
I don't know. I watched Total Recall a little while ago, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, and Sharon Stone is his wife. And I mean, she's fine in it, but there's just this bit where she's like, "You wouldn't kill me, would you? We're married." And then she goes to throw a knife at him or something, and he shoots her in the head. And just the classic Arnie thing, he goes, "Consider the divorce. Consider the divorce." It's become a running joke with me. Consider the divorce. No, Arnie, consider it a divorce. Consider the divorce.
She's actually quite good in the role that she's good at. Sharon Stone, she's actually very good at it. That's the thing. Like in that,
she was in Casino.
In that role, she's actually
great in that.
Yeah, actually, Casino, she was great. Yeah, true.
What about Cameron Diaz?
I think again in the right thing, she was really good. But I mean, when she was in Gangs of New York, I mean, it's like Keanu when he got Dracula or all of these pretty things suddenly get an acting turn and kind of don't really live up to it.
Great
in The Mask,
Being John
Charlie's Angels. Also, though, I will say, actually, she was in Adaptation and she was great in that.
I still have to watch that.
She was in Being John Malkovich.
Oh, not Adaptation. You're right. Thank you.
Are you saying John Malkovich is bad?
No, the film With
I was joking. I was joking.
and she's
John
very
Malkovich
run
can
down.
be
And,
bad. John Malkovich
of
can
course.
be bad.
Anyone can be bad for sure.
His Russian accent in the Matt Damon film Rounders is one of the worst accents in film history.
Oh,
What's his character's name?
Speaking of bad accents, I'm just going to put this out here. And a spoiler for Ferrari, whoever wants to see it. There's one actor in particular who tries Italian. It does not work. It doesn't work very well at all.
How does it come off?
It sounds like this. She's like, "Oh, Enzo, you're back here tonight. Thank you for coming to the house." It wasn't like that at all. She sounded American. Like, she sounded American, and every like fifth word would have like a slight Italian twinge to it.
I thought you were going to say it was just doing that really awful, It's me, Mario,
Enzo,
kind of,
Enzo, you come home with Tapatina. Thank you very much for coming. Hey,
the company's
stereotypes. Hey.
We have to
She's
bet
amazing.
it all on this one. Not this. I haven't even
Enzo,
seen the movie.
come home safely after the race, please.
I'm assuming that's what happens in the movie, though. Is that what happened in the movie?
Mamma mia.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Just like the, hello, mate, how you doing? All right.
Yeah, that's right.
Hello, mate. All right. Top of the day, eh?
I'm here. Cast me for Enzo's wife. Please cast me immediately. She's amazing. Cast her. It's authentic. I love it. Oh, man. All right, gents. Any more honorables before I get the notepad out to start taking some scores? Ooh. You don't have to think hard about it. If you don't got them, you don't got them. It's all good.
No, I was going to say, but it's the same vein as, like Chuck Norris or, like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Would you say John Cusack is a good actor?
I've quite liked John Cusack in most of the things I've seen him in, to be honest.
I like him. I think he has charisma and screen presence, but is he a good actor? Charisma. Is he a good actor?
Ben
Have you ever seen him
Affleck.
really act? Actually, it's not a bad. That's not a
Because
bad.
I feel like Ben Affleck always tries to do like a really serious good movie, and it's almost I can't take him serious. I don't know what it is.
He's like, what do you want me to do in this scene? Just smolder, Ben, smolder. Have I got it? No, smolder harder. Okay.
All right, here we go. Tommy Wiseau, let's go. We're going to go from 3 to 1. Get it done. I ranked last, therefore I rank first, and I'm going to start off with a cheeky Bartholomew. I can't, in good conscience, put Jackie Chan as above the two answers that you gentlemen gave. It's just not. It would not be fair. Should I have gone Adam Sandler? Potentially, but I like my answer. I'll stick with it. I like Jackie Chan. I like him. He's good. But you two. This one's a tricky one. Here's what I'm going to do. Ben, I'm putting Nicolas Cage in number 2.
Sure.
Mostly because I think that that's the answer that people would most often just go to, which should mean he's number 1, because that's kind of how ranks work. But not for me. I am going to put Rob number 1 in with Keanu Reeves because I think it was a brave pick. It's a brave pick. I know it was a brave pick because I don't think many people would think of that straight off the bat for the best worst actor, but it kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
I'll go next. I'm going to second.
Wait.
Ben, you need the others? Yeah, sorry.
You hold your horses.
You need to rank, don't you? That's the whole point of the podcast.
You rank for.
You're welcome to go next if you want, Ben. It's out of order. No, it's out of order. We have systems in place.
What's next? Yes.
Yeah.
Follow the guidelines.
Can't you tell? Very tight ship here. All right.
Okay, who's next?
Well, I'll be Rob. Rob will go next. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you done?
Next.
Are you done?
Yes,
last words on it.
Oh,
yeah. So I was Jackie Chan 3, Cage 2, Reeves 1.
Yep.
Well, look, it's tough. I'm going to also put Jackie Chan as number 3 because I think his physical performance is good.
Amazing.
And
amazing. Yeah.
I do think even though I do think the second language thing is a significant piece. Actually, I think it could be.
No,
so I'm going to give him.
I argued against that in the rank. I argued against that in the rank.
No, you did. And look, okay,
Don't use that against me.
I'm going to skip it. I'm going to report the conversation.
Anyway. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, stop it.
And I'm going to then go and actually put. And I appreciate your support for Keanu, but I actually really have a thing for Nicolas Cage. Like, it's a long-term thing for Nicolas Cage as someone who I just love to watch on the screen because of just how big and corny and cheesy and hammy they act.
Love him.
But also but how like watchable it is. Like, it's just amazing. Yeah. And that's, I think, and that's where I think the difference is. If you were to put me on an island and say, Rob, you have to watch a Keanu Reeves film or a Nicolas Cage film, and I was given no more information, I would actually go the Nicolas Cage film. Even though I think Keanu probably would have chosen the better film. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he's been in better franchises and he's been in better films. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Anyway, so I'm going to go Keanu 2, the Cage. Get in the Cage at number 1.
With the bees. All right. Chan. Reeves, Cage. Ben, it's down to you. You are the last to rank this evening. It all comes down to this. How is Ben going to rank? Begin. Coming this summer.
I quite like
Ben's rank.
I'm going to go Jackie Chan third.
Number 1?
Because,
thanks, man. Tom.
Because moving on. Because again, the language barrier. I know you said it, but the language barrier, and I think he compensates with his physicality for it. His slapstick, his comedy chops are pretty. His timing and all
they are good.
Great.
Yeah, it was risky. I understand that. It's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, but also you're right. Like if take away the martial art. Like if you said, "Oh, Jackie Chan's in Othello or like a Shakespeare play," he's in Macbeth or whatever. You're like,
yeah,
is he doing some kung fu in this, or you're not going to go there just to watch him. He's in Jackie Chan. He's Hamlet. What I mean? It's like. There better be some fighting in this. So you're not there for his acting chops. He's an entertainer.
He throws that skull onto the head of one of the henchmen and it bounces back and hits the other henchman. Then he catches it, and he jumps out of the castle window onto the horse and cat. It's amazing.
Scales down like a huge pole. It's like covered in thorns for no reason.
It's like a fight between him and Laertes at the end, and you're like, oh, now it's time. Here we go. I've been waiting 4 hours for this. He's an entertainer.
That's true.
I think I'm going to go Nicolas Cage second because
wow,
I think I think he's one of he is a great actor, but then also capable of, like you said, Rob, just being really corny and overblown and cheesy and all that stuff, but can still after all of that stuff, I think is respected and gets is able to cross back over to like an independent type film. But yeah, Keanu Reeves, because he's managed to not be a particularly good actor in some huge franchises. You can't keep the man down. He just manages to. I mean, they've number 4 now of John Wick. And it's amazing that he's been able to sustain a career when probably the closest part to him is like Bill and Ted. That's or Parenthood. Do you remember that when he was kind of a gormless sort of dopey?
It's an all-time favorite film of mine. Parenthood.
It's a great film, and he's great in it. But that's very much him, isn't it? That's there's not much scope or range. So I think he's the worst actor. I love him though.
Perfect.
Let's not get hate on this. We all love Keanu.
We all love Keanu. We do. Keanu.
Keanu.
Now, you said you don't.
Keanu is Genghis Khan.
Rah, rah, Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine. He was
He'd
the
still
shame.
be likeable in it.
All right, gentlemen. That was actually a lot of fun. I knew that as soon as we spun that up, I was just like, this one's going to be good. This one's going to be good. But here are the final results. Let's get serious all of a sudden. Number 3 tonight will be no shock to anybody for the first time, I think, ever. Maybe not. One thing's got all the third places. Usually people feel sorry for someone along the way and chuck them a 2 every now and then. Not tonight. Jackie Chan, all 3s. Number 9, third place. Jackie Chan, second place. In number 2 spot with it was very close, guys. It was very close, but with 5 points. Second place is Nicolas Cage, and number 1 tonight, the best worst actor, is the lovable, the fantastic Keanu Reeves. We love you, Keanu. Best worst actor of all time. I still haven't got that sound, Ben, but I'm going to cut that.
Oh, I know. I just assumed. I was like, I'm just going to do it, and Where's your balloons, Rob?
I've come to actually prefer that. I've come to prefer you actually doing it, Ben. I've come to prefer you making the sound.
Yeah, me too.
Let's just record that as a sample and then use that as the.
Is that just a person doing it?
Yeah. What we'll do?
Let's spend no budget on this podcast.
Regardless of the guest, as soon as we announce the winner, I'll call Ben in just to do that, and then just flick him off. Just be like, thanks, Ben.
Yeah, you just have to be.
Comes in the call. Bow. All right, see you guys.
Guys, Ben, the feeling is it could have more passion this time.
Yeah. Can you do it, but can you do it with more smolder, please? More smolder.
Yeah.
More smolder. More smolder.
Could you do it like a
too
more
much smolder,
desperate actor?
Oh man!
I'll do it like
Well
John Malkovich from Rounders.
Bill. Yes. Spasibo.
Now, like Gary Busey.
I'm stopping there.
That's fair enough. He just keeps throwing them at you. Do you know what? Props to you, Ben. You knew your limits. You stopped. Fantastic. I'm proud of you. Yeah. Now, that's it, guys. That's it. That's another episode done. Keanu Reeves, best work.
So the winner's Keanu.
Worst actor. The winner is Keanu. Well done, Keanu. We'll send you some flowers. Any final thoughts for tonight's episode, lovely gentlemen?
I would hate to actually ever meet Keanu and have him see this. I'd be like,
I don't think there's any danger of that, to be honest.
I love you. I feel slightly guilty now. I'm like, no, I think you're great.
No, because
let's be fair, Keanu. You're not a great actor.
Keanu would get it. Keanu would understand. That was the part of his charm as part of Rob's rank. Is he makes fun of himself. He understands. He breaks that fourth wall. He understands what's going on.
Although not in real life, though. Like, this is all just a carefully created image. And, like, when you actually meet Keanu...
He just starts folding you like origami, doing his Brazilian just John Wicking you. And you're like, take it back.
You just end up in a pit in his house in a pile of dead kittens.
Tied up like a present. Keanu. That'd be it, though. Like, you're a shit actor.
That's the final thought, yeah?
Yeah.
Keanu, you're a shit actor.
You're a shit actor, Keanu.
Shit actor. Lovely human being.
Shit actor. Yeah, lovely human being. Lovely human being. Your movies are fantastic, but you're a shit actor. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.